The last time we spoke about intervals, we talked about these, just the half step and the whole step, this 1 or 2 semitone intervals. They're very small. They're only 1 or 2 frets apart on the guitar. Right? But what happens if we have more than 2 semitones in between the note? What happens if we have 4? If we're going from the 3rd or the 2nd fret to the 6th fret all the way up here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 semitones. What do we call that? Well, we called it 2 whole steps, right? We can call it 2 whole steps. We can call it 4 semitones, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 half steps. But it becomes a hassle when there's like 9 semitones in between a note, and you don't want to refer to it as 4 whole steps and 1 half step. You don't want to do that. There's formal names for each of these, and they're much easier to refer to longer intervals, or wider intervals, I should say, wider intervals with just one name instead of just spouting off. Okay, well there's 3 whole steps in there and then 1 half step, or there's 5 half steps and 1 whole step. You don't want to talk like that with other musicians. It's a hassle. So there's formal names to all of these, and even with the half step and the whole step, these are kind of slang terms. Okay, there's more formal names to these than that. If we just kind of took away the half step and the whole step, and we replace them with the formal names for them, I'll just give them to you. The formal name for 1 semitone, and formal name I mean like the university, what the universities call them, and what the general music industry, musicians call them. 1 semitone is a minor second. A minor second, okay? So the distance in between the 2nd fret and the 3rd fret of the A string of these 2 notes, the B and C, is called a minor second. So if I wanted to tell you go a minor second up from B, you would play a C. Minor second up from B, you play a C. Minor second up from D, you play a D sharp, or an E flat. Minor second down from F, you play an E. Minor second up from F, you play an F sharp. Okay? So that's the terminology. The word for 2 semitones is a major second. Major second. Okay, so if I said go up a major second from C, well, that would be 2 semitones. 1, 2. That would be a major second. The same thing as a whole step, but we're just calling it by a different name, right? If I said go down a major second from E, you would go down 2 semitones. 1, 2, D. Okay? So that's the major second. And then, there's a pattern to it. You'll see a pattern to it. Okay, so what happens when we have 3 semitones? What's that called? 3 semitones. And I'll just put these 2 dots right here. I'll draw them a little bit bigger for you. That just means, semitones. Okay. It just means I'm using the same word up here. So 3 semitones is equal to a minor third. Okay? A minor third. So if I said go up a minor third from C, that would be what? 3 semitones. 1, 2, 3. A D sharp. If I were to say go up a minor third on your guitar from the B string, or from the 2nd fret of the A string, you would go up 3 semitones, or 3 half steps, right? So you would just go up 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The distance in between these two notes is a minor third. Okay? 3 semitones. The next one, if this was a minor, I'll just write it out real quick. Okay. If this was a minor second, major second, minor third, what do you think 4 semitones is called? You might see a pattern here. It's called major third. Major third. Major third. So if I said go up a major third from C, what do you think that is? 4 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4. E. Okay? If I said... Okay, now, the next 3 intervals are a little bit different. They deviate away from this minor-major pattern. Okay, 5 semitones. That's called a perfect fourth. A perfect fourth. So if I said go up a perfect fourth from C, that would be what? 5 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 semitones. That's a perfect fourth. F is a perfect fourth away from C. You can also say that F is a fourth away from C. We can leave out the perfect name. We can just say F is the fourth of C. Okay. The next one, 6 intervals or 6 semitones is the tritone. Is the tritone. The tritone. So if you were to say, okay, well, go up a tritone from C, that would be what? Well, 6 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. F sharp would be the tritone. A funny thing about this, the tritone, how you play it on guitar, from C to an F sharp. So an F sharp is up here on the all the way up on the 9th fret. We can also play it on the 4th fret of the D string. It sounds very unpleasant when you play it together. In the days of like Mozart and all those guys, if you played that in a composition, you can be killed or stoned or jailed or whatever it was. But you can get some serious imprisonment because it was also named the Devil's Interval, 6 semitones. But anyway, that's just a little historical thing. Next up is 7 semitones. What do you think 7? Well, it's a perfect fifth. 7 semitones is a perfect fifth. Perfect fifth. Okay? So if I said go up a perfect fifth away from C, it would be 7 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. G. You can also say that the fifth of C is G. The fifth of C is G. Okay? So you can leave out the perfect again. And then the rest of them, they follow the minor-major pattern. So 8 semitones is a minor sixth. Okay? 8 semitones is minor sixth. 9 semitones is what? A major sixth. Major sixth, there we go. I'm just going to put my guitar down real quick so I have some room to write. Okay. And then the rest is all the same. 10 semitones is just a minor seventh. 11 semitones is a major seventh. Okay? So a major seventh, minor seventh. And then the last one, 12 semitones. If you went up 12 semitones up from A, where would you go? Remember, there's 12 notes in the alphabet. So if you went 1, 2, 3, 4, so if we started on an A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, we would get the same note, but what's called an octave up. Okay, so this one's called an octave. Okay, so if I said play the octave of A, well, you would just play the next A up in the sequence. If I said, A is the open string, open fifth string here. If I said play an octave above A, I would just play 12 semitones up from A. So you start on A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you play the 12th fret. And that's your octave. and there's no more intervals above 12 semitones. But these are pretty simple to memorize as long as you understand that, you know, the pattern minor or major, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, and you know, just get used to it. That's all you really have to do. But there are better ways to memorize them, just straight up like this. But it's really good to know it this way. Okay, I think Wikipedia has an article on this, and you know, look that up. And you know, sometimes the tritone is called differently. Sometimes it's called a diminished fifth, because diminished just means it's back one note from the fifth, or it's called an augmented fourth. Augmented meaning up from the fourth, from the perfect fifth, or from the perfect fourth. So sometimes the tritone is called differently. Sometimes the octave is called the perfect eighth, too. So you might not, you know, watch out for that. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching. Now you know the formal names for all the intervals. And well, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Maybe we'll do chords in the next video. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'll see you later.